Heyo, welcome back everybody. This is Eon Chiquino, and today I've got a special co-caster with me. His name is Buddha. How you doing, Buddha?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm casting StarCraft 2. It's been a while since I've had a co-caster back on my channels, but I'm glad to have you with me. So let me go ahead and introduce our players. Down here on the bottom left side of the map, we're going to have MTW's Dimaga. He's going to be the red Zerg player. And his opponent, member of FXO, the blue Protoss, it's going to be ASD.
Yep, so we are going to have a Zerg versus Protoss here on Cloud Kingdom. And that's, of course, going to be incredibly high level with Dimaga and ASD. Both very, very high caliber players. We see them in a lot of very, very good tournaments. Dimaga, of course, playing in the GSL World Championships last year. And FXO, ASD, of course, in the GSL, every once in a while hopping in and out of that Codas spot.
Yeah, speaking of high-level tournaments, we got something going down this weekend. It is, let's see, Thursday right now? Yeah, so it's Thursday right now as we're recording this, and Saturday and Sunday is going to be Lone Star Clash 2. Yes, Lone Star Clash is back. Number 2, once again, I'm going to be co-casting it with Kibbles and also Buddha here. Buddha is going to be on, and we're going to have a little bit of casting going on at the Lone Star Clash, so make sure to tune into that. We'll be on the secondary stream, but also check out the primary stream. They're going to have Total Biscuit, Axel Toss, and Day 9, so it's going to be a who's who of pretty much everyone. There's going to be so many good players at this tournament. Are you pumped for it?
Oh, I'm totally psyched, man. I'm very, very happy to have the opportunity, for sure.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Guys, there's a lot of StarCraft. I don't know if there's any other big StarCraft tournaments this weekend, but that'll definitely be one of them to check out.
Indeed. And you guys can also check out IPL that's coming up this the end of this month here, at the very end of November, beginning of December. It's going to be in Las Vegas, of course, and IPL does have that caster contest.
Yes, which both of us are in. So if you like either of us, go ahead on over to IPL's YouTube channel or just their website. You can find it. They're doing voting, so you just find our videos, give your honest opinion, whether you like us, whether you don't, whatever. I'm not going to come on here and tell you guys to, just be like, oh, tell everybody, Chiquino's the best caster ever. No, don't do that. I will respond to those comments and tell you you are wrong. But anyways, go over there, give some support. I'd greatly appreciate it. It'd be fun to head down to California or over to California and cast some IPL. So
Nevada, man. Vegas is in Nevada.
Oh, yeah. Well, I meant IPL's centered in California.
Oh, that's true. Hey, you're in San Francisco, is that correct?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure where. California, that's about as far as I go to. So yeah, check out IPL. A lot of interesting things going on in the StarCraft community. So, third goes down for Dimaga. Hasn't taken a gas yet, so he's going to be doing some serious droning. And ASD is going for of course, a Forge Fast Expand with that Nexus. This wall looks, I don't know, this is a standard wall, pylon, gateway, Forge, but he's got the Forge back a little bit in the gateway and the pylon forward.
Yeah, that is a little bit peculiar, and I think some of that might be that the Forge does have the least amount of health out of the 3 buildings that you would put at a wall between a gateway, core, and Forge. So a Forge is usually the target if there's a Baneling bust coming in, so perhaps he wants to give himself that little bit of extra cushion so that the Banelings have to come forward into a choke and he can force field out. But that's just my guess here.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if this becomes maybe the standard or if it's just ASD just, trying something different.
Yeah, maybe his pylon wasn't in range to put it quite far enough forwards, too. I'm not sure. It would be, yeah.
Yeah, always nice to notice the little things. So the Cybernex score is popping up here for ASD. Is he going to get a 3rd and 4th gas here? We'll find out. That definitely is going to dictate his play style for the rest of the game. Dimaga is taking 2 gas at his natural, still hasn't taken any yet at his main. And he's got his 3rd up. The Queen is heading out over there, and just a lot of droning.
Yeah, and those 2 gases that we have on Dimaga's side are being taken at his natural, and that's kind of to confuse the Protoss player a little bit here. If he does manage to get a probe up the ramp or a Stalker or a Zealot, and sees that there are 2 gases in the natural, he's going to go, oh man, how much gas do you actually have here? Do you have any in your main? He's not going to have any idea that this could possibly be some kind of crazy bust with a ton of gas. Most busts do come off of 2 to 3 gases, though, so nothing too crazy on either side.
Yeah, it's a good way to hide your information from your opponent. Very good tactical idea. 2 Evolution Chamber, actually Evolution Chamber and a Roach Warrant going down there for Dimaga. And double cast going up at the natural for ASD. He's researching that +1, and a cybernetics core is being hidden, or actually robotics facility is being hidden in the top right. And I said this before, that top right corner of the map and the bottom left corner of the map, that is essentially impossible for a Zerg player to scout. If you just have like one stalker at the top and you're just paying attention at all on the right side, they're never going to scout that, ever. I've never seen anyone scout that ever. It's just so hard to scout, so you will always find a Protoss player who knows what they're doing, hide their tech up there versus a Zerg player.
Go for a 4-minute lair so you can get that overseer out. Go.
Yeah, that's like your option, or flood in as many lings as possible, and hope they miss the wall off or force field. But yeah, it's definitely hard to scout out.
All right, well, we do have a Warp Prism coming out, and on the other side, Dimaga did go lair before Zergling speed, so he did not expect very much aggression. Otherwise, he would go for that Zergling speed first, and getting the lair out is going to allow him to morph that Overseer that we do want to see come into the base. I'm not sure he's going to want to do that necessarily, though, because it might be a little early considering the third gas has been taken here, and can probably assume that a fourth is following it up.
Yeah, it's actually +1 range attack on the way with Roaches, so Roaches will be the primary unit for Dimaga for a while. He's also made a couple of Zerglings, so Roaches and Zerglings, but the Warp Prism is heading out. He's got the 3-century Zealot, and he's warping in some more Zealots. I'm kind of curious what he's going to do with this. He's going to send the 4 Zealots down to the 3rd, but there's going to be so many Roaches down there, those won't be able to do much of anything. Maybe it's going to be a distraction for that Warp Prism to get in the main and then force field the ramp up to the main, so we'll see what he's going to do with these units.
Yeah, really peculiar, actually. That's a pretty big investment, the 4 extra Zealots to go to the 3rd. He's got to assume Dimaga's going to have defense there, but maybe just a little bit of a distraction. He's going to fly the Warp Prism over, though, and what is he trying to do here? This is very confusing to me.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be like maybe you could either do all of that attack to 1/3 base or split it if the opportunity arises, but it kind of flopped for him, unfortunately. And ASD is kind of like, well, I lost 4 Zealots and killed a couple of Zerglings, but didn't accomplish too much there.
Yeah, actually, ASD sent his Warp Prism in, and then as he was bringing it in, he warped in 4 sentries at home and started that 3rd base here. So he knew going in after his Zealots died immediately that he didn't want to do that aggression and risk losing any units here.
Yeah, I think it's a smarter decision. What he did here is go ahead and make the 3rd, play it a little bit safer, and cut his losses. And look at this, Dimaga heading out across the map. The +1 is done. The Zerglings and Roaches are heading up to the 3rd. He's got force fields galore and 1 Immortal out and a cannon on the way. Is Dimaga going to continue the push here? Maybe waiting for that +1 in the range to finish.
Yeah, we're going to see what kind of wall up ASD wants to put up at the top of his ramp. He is adding 2 cannons right now and a second... What? Did the cannon... I don't know where that other cannon just finished. I think it was at the natural here. And yeah, he's got a nice little wall up going on at the natural. Got a ton of force fields with all these sentries here. And with the Immortals coming out... he only has 2 Immortals. Huh. But with the Immortals coming out, he's going to be able to hold off any Roach aggression pretty relatively easily.
Twilight Council is done, so we can start +2 whenever that armor does finish. Once again, the Warp Prism is over there on the right side of the map, but gets scouted out pretty easily. Scouted out by the Overlord, scouted out by the Zerglings, so that's going to be seen a mile away. And Dimaga's doing what I love Zerg players to do this, just kill the rocks in the middle of the map. When you have map control in this map, just go around and kill all those rocks, because if you don't have anything better to do, might as well create as many paths for yourself, to flank, and more area of effect to just, flank and surround your opponent.
Absolutely. So Dimaga's taking his 4th here. It is finishing, and he is going to that high very quickly here. I think that started around the 11-minute and 30-second mark or something, maybe even 11 minutes here with the Spire. So he does want to go to Broodlords, is getting that Infestation Pit tech of pathogen glands, and yeah, we're going to see standard Infestor Broodlord from here, but we'll see when ASD wants to take, if he wants to take his 4th win, and yeah, I think he's going to take a 4th because he's just now adding a Robotics Bay, and that would be a really, really late for that tech to come up.
Blink is coming out. And he's building up some more gateways over there at the 3rd. He's got a pretty nice wall. I like the, just the general layout, the SimCity of ASD's, done a pretty good job with that, guys. I like the complete wall off at the entrance to the natural with the destructible rocks.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird that he didn't finish the wall off on the left-hand side. Those rocks are not in range of the cannon to protect it at all. So if Dimaga did want to kind of force those rocks down, I don't think he'd have a problem doing that. But ASD is now moving out on the map with 144 supply. Dimaga has so many spine crawlers going up at his 4th base, knowing something like this might come before his Broodlords are completed. And we'll have to see what ASD's decision is from here.
Yeah, he's got about, what is that, 70 in-game seconds until those Broodlords are done, until he can start those. +2 range on the way, +1 melee attack for those Zerglings, and 7 Spike Crawlers coming up. Now the pressure's going to come up from ASD. Force fields go down. He's going to be able to snag a couple. Wow, a lot of roaches here. Good attack here from ASD, getting a lot of free roach kills there. He's going to continue to push forward. +2 is close to being done for. ASD, he's got the Warp Prism so he can reinforce as he goes. Observer on the way. Actually, Observer's already there. Now, there's a lot of Spine Crawlers here and Infestors. With this army, ASD cannot push into that. He should go around and then head up to the natural.
Yeah, and it looks like that might be what he's trying to do here. No real tech coming up for ASD here. He's only going to +2. Now coming into the natural like you were talking about, and there are a lot of Spine Crawlers up here too.
There's also Spine Crawlers here too, but there's, I guess, less. The Infestors have moved over here, so they can't change positions. At this point, ASD can kind of jump back and forth, left or right, and kind of, you know, force those Infestors to move out of position. Maybe get a couple of Spine Crawler kills on each side, then fall back. Force Dimaga to, you know, just play to his tune.
All right, well, Spine Crawlers are going down here at the 4th base. Dimaga is kind of slowly coming forward. Good force fields go down, though, and block a lot of these units from even coming into range. And ASD is doing a lot of damage, but these Broodlords are about to finish.
Yeah, the Broodlords are close to being done. There's a lot of Infestors still out there. Just a little bit of energy left on a couple of those Colossus. A lot of Stalkers being warped in. Reinforcements coming out. He's got the +2 and those Blink is done. He really needs to take out those Broodlords. There are 5 Broodlords up there. He's got enough Stalkers. He could blink into those right now and just take them completely out. There's 60 Zerglings on the way. That'll be enough of a meat shield. But oh no, he blinked underneath them already. The Broodlords are following. 2 of them go down. Is he going to get the rest of them? They might get away. 3 of them do get away, and the Stalkers are forced to retreat. Too many Zerglings and Broodlings out. And Dimaga also manages to save that 4th base. So ASD's attack is kind of falling right now. Dimaga's going to get map control back, and he's going to have a huge supply lead coming out of this.
Yeah, and ASD is now starting to lose a few more Stalkers in the middle of the map here. Blinking back carefully, but you know there's no 4th base for ASD, and his tech is not all that great right now. He's only got Blink Stalkers out on the field.
Yeah, he's chrono boosting out those warp gates. He still wants to apply pressure. He's not done with this push. He's got so many Stalkers, and I guess he's just hoping Dimaga overextends with those Zerglings and Roaches, gets a couple free kills, uses that Bleak Micro to make these Stalkers cost efficient as possible.
All right, well, ASD coming forward with Stalkers, and only a few units are going to hold this off from Dimaga. Broodlords come back in, more are morphing, and there are a couple of Infestors here to keep those Stalkers in place. Oh, a huge blink forward comes down from ASD, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough as the Zerglings get a full surround, and these Stalkers are all going to die.
Yeah, Dimaga landed a great fungal there, took him out, and there's the GG. ASD put all his Stalkers in one basket, I guess you could say. Went for that push there after he got those 3 bases up, but it wasn't enough. Dimaga held it off just long enough to get those Broodlords out. He had so many Spine Crawlers and just enough Infestors. Had those Zergling reinforcements out on the way, and ASD figured, you know what, I'm just going to continue this pressure, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him.
No, it did not at all. So that is the game between Dimaga and ASD.
So once again, where can they find you at on the internet, Mr. Buddha?
Well, the best way to find me would just be to find me on Twitter at BuddhaSC2. And I also stream on twitch.tv/Buddhism101. And that's about it.
Great, guys. You know where to find me at youtube.com/EonChikino. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to go to that IPL channel and go check out both of our videos. Thumbs up them if you enjoy them. And don't forget about Lone Star Clash 2 this weekend. It's going to be a whole weekend full of stacked players. There's like so many great foreign players there. It's like Stefano, Naniwa, Thorzane. It's just going to be crazy. So check it out. That's it from me, guys. See you later.